Code Violet is a third-person action horror game set in the 25th century. Code Violet tells the story of a girl named Violet Sinclair, who was transported from the past to the future. Violet finds herself in a human colony called Ion, built in the 25th century. This colony is filled with dark secrets and dangers, with wild creatures like dinosaurs roaming around. Violet must come to terms with her past while uncovering the mysteries of the colony, such as why she was brought there and the true purpose behind this transition. Along the way, she faces various challenges, including solving puzzles, battling dangerous enemies, and finding clues that bring her closer to the truth.
Cradle and hope.
Without context, all that awaits you is confusion and hurt. You're making a grave mistake.
All this time, we've been lying to everyone? What are we actually doing?
What do you mean, creatures?
No, this can't be real.
Do you remember yet?
So many lives have been lost that just didn't need to. And most of them innocent. No one deserved any of this.
We did everything for you. We were a family.
Heavens, well.
AI Limit is an action RPG set in a post-apocalyptic world. Players take on the role of Arisa, an immortal blader, exploring the ruins of a futuristic city in search of hope and a new beginning. The story of AI Limit revolves around Arisa, a blader gifted with immortality, but burdened by the destruction around her. The world has been ravaged by rogue AI entities that were once created to protect humanity, but have now turned against it. As Arisa, you're on a journey to uncover the truth behind the AI rebellion and to seek a way to restore balance. Through intense battles, puzzle solving, and emotional storytelling, players will piece together the fragments of a world that has fallen apart.
In all of war.
Into the abyss, the seekers shall uncover the veiled truth and awaken the dormant greatness within. When lofty will clashes with unwavering faith, the prayers of thousands shall illuminate the ultimate path. Life changes and transists. Only evolution.
Beneath is a first-person action horror game set in a Lovecraftian world. In this game, you play as Noah Quinn, an experienced diver who journeys to the depths of the ocean and battles nightmare-like creatures, increasing madness, and an ancient evil to save humanity. Noah's routine dive turns into a disaster, trapping him in the deep ocean where an ancient evil waits. With dwindling resources and horrifying creatures closing in, Noah must confront monstrous mutations, growing madness, and a sinister plot threatening humanity.
This newfound creature, it's...
Forest Reigns is an upcoming first-person shooter, FPS, set in a post-apocalyptic Paris overtaken by a sentient, evolving forest. Developed by VG Entertainment, the game combines survival elements with RPG features, offering players the freedom to explore a dynamic environment where their choices influence the narrative. In Forest Reigns, players navigate a transformed Paris, now dominated by a mutant forest and its creatures. The game challenges players to adapt to the ever-changing environment, modify their weapons, ally with various factions, and explore the world freely. Every decision made impacts the unfolding story, leading to multiple possible outcomes. In God Save Birmingham, the story unfolds in a post-apocalyptic world where Birmingham, England, in the 14th century has fallen under the control of zombies. After the outbreak of a mysterious virus, the people of the city transform into mutated creatures, and the city becomes a wasteland filled with endless nightmares. Players take on the role of a survivor, navigating this city full of threats and horrors while struggling to stay alive. Your main goal is survival. You must forage for resources, craft weapons and tools, and fight off zombies. Gradually, you will uncover mysteries that reveal the origins of the virus outbreak. In this terrifying and deadly world, your only hope for survival lies in your wits and combat abilities. In Into the Dead, the story takes place in a post-apocalyptic world dominated by zombies. In this game, you play as a group of survivors caught in the middle of a deadly outbreak in 1980s Texas. The virus rapidly turns people into zombies, and the world has become a wasteland. Along the way, you'll encounter various people with different stories from their lives before the outbreak. You'll also need to make crucial decisions that could change the fate of your group. Your goal in the game is not only survival, but also uncovering the secrets behind the outbreak and working toward rebuilding humanity's future. Light No Fire is an upcoming adventure, building, survival, and exploration game developed by Hello Games, the creators of No Man's Sky. In Light No Fire, the story takes place on a distant fantasy world. After a great catastrophe has pushed the world to the brink of destruction, you play as a survivor trying to find a way to survive in this harsh environment. The planet you are on is filled with diverse ecosystems, ranging from lush forests to dry deserts. Your main goal in the game is to find resources for survival, build structures, and uncover the secrets of the planet. Additionally, the game has a strong narrative element that revolves around your efforts to rebuild and discover the planet's past and the hidden mysteries behind the catastrophe. Phantom Blade Zero is an upcoming action RPG developed by S-Game, set in a dark, martial arts-inspired world. In Phantom Blade Zero, the story takes place in a dark world influenced by martial arts. You play as a skilled warrior named Joe, who lives in a post-apocalyptic world ruled by dark powers. In this mysterious world, he becomes involved in events that include betrayal, revenge, and the quest to uncover hidden truths. The game's story is designed in the style of wuxia and dark fantasy, exploring themes of honor, betrayal, and destiny. Joe must face various enemies and moral dilemmas along his journey. Throughout the story, players will encounter secrets from the past and the world itself, adding complexity to the narrative. Pioneer is an upcoming open-world first-person shooter, MMORPG, developed by GFA Games. The story of Pioneer takes place in a post-apocalyptic world, resembling the Soviet era. In this devastated and abandoned world, you play as one of the survivors, facing harsh and unforgiving conditions. This vast and expansive world includes abandoned areas, damaged cities, and dangerous wastelands, where nothing remains of the past, and everything is caught in battles and struggles for survival. In the game, you will encounter various factions, each with their own motivations. Some groups seek to maintain power and control, while others are working to rebuild the world and restore life to normal. Your choices throughout the game will not only affect the storyline, but also the future of the world and the fate of its characters.
There are people that are just like me, the same kind of hellraisers. We fight savagely with each other on the garbage dumps, like to the death. We fight for the loot. You can end up dead anywhere, literally kicking the bucket in the closest ditch. Keep your eyes wide open, otherwise they'll chew you to pieces. There are plenty of monsters around here, and it just so happens that the most dangerous of them walk on two legs.
Show American Story is an upcoming action role-playing game developed by NEKCOM Games. Set in an alternate history where Japan's Showa era continued beyond 1989, the game envisions a world where Japan's economic dominance leads to the purchase of over half of America by 1991, transforming the United States into an unofficial colony of Japanese economics and culture. The main character of the game, Choko Chigusa, is a young aspiring actress who, after her death, is resurrected in a new world, overtaken by zombies and human conflicts. She strives to survive in this chaotic world and seeks to find a new purpose in her afterlife. In this unique world, players must face various challenges and threats while interacting with different enemies and factions.
私はアメリカのカウボーイですが、日本の侍でもあります。
The Directorate Novitiate is an upcoming narrative-driven action role-playing game developed by Nesting Games. Set in 2006 Los Angeles, the game follows Kana Luna, a young woman who becomes entangled in the city's supernatural underworld. By day, Kana leads a normal life, but by night, she adopts the codename Mercury and works as a magical assassin for a dark syndicate known as the Directorate. Players will navigate Kana's dual existence, balancing her mundane life with her dangerous assignments, including tracking a supernatural serial killer and confronting the looming threat of war among criminal factions. The First Berserker Kazan is an action role-playing game set in the world of Dungeon Fighter Online. The game tells the story of Kazan, the first berserker who lived 800 years before the events of DNF in the continent of Arad. Players experience Kazan's epic journey through strategic combat mechanics and complex gameplay, showcasing his rise as a legendary warrior. Kazan, the first berserker, was a powerful warrior who lived in an era long before the events in Dungeon Fighter Online. In the game, he embarks on a journey of vengeance against those who wronged him and his people. Throughout his path, Kazan faces massive challenges, including battles against gigantic foes. As the first berserker, his story is filled with tragedy, rage, and determination to take revenge on those responsible for his suffering. The combat system is challenging, combining quick and precise movements with stamina management, reminiscent of games like Dark Souls and Sekiro. Wuchang Fallen Feathers takes place during the dark and chaotic final years of the Ming Dynasty in ancient China. The game follows Wuchang, a female pirate who mysteriously wakes up in a world that has been ravaged by a strange disease, giving rise to monstrous creatures and demons. The story revolves around Wuchang's efforts to uncover the truth behind the disease and the terrifying beings threatening to destroy her world. She must battle powerful enemies, navigate various dangers, and solve the hidden mysteries of a dark and eerie ancient China. Throughout the game, player choices play a crucial role in shaping the storyline, and whether Wuchang can uncover the truth and save her world depends on the decisions made by the player.
Just another lost soul, trying to oppose fate. And fate, it's mine to command.
The signal refers to a pre-alpha footage trailer for an upcoming survival crafting game titled The Signal. In this game, players venture into uncharted territories on a planet filled with wonder and peril, exploring, surviving, and expanding their knowledge by crafting infrastructure, equipment, and vehicles. The planet reacts to the player's every move, unveiling dormant secrets. The game is being developed by Goosebite and is set to be released on PC and consoles.